Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to the class of Soft Skill 2, subject code KNC 201. Today's lecture is related to Unit 1, that is LSWR, and the topic of today's lecture is Methods of Effective Writing. In my previous lecture, I have already discussed the tools of effective writing like unity, coherence and emphasis. In this lecture, I am going to explain the different methods or ordering of the paragraph and the statements in a paragraph. So, the content contains different types of methods like inductive, deductive, chronological, linear, spatial, expository and interrupted method. We already know that writing is a conscious act and it is conscious and it should be reliable because it is going to be into a record, it is going to be a document. But how to arrange our thoughts in a paragraph or different paragraphs of a longer document is always a question in front of a writer. So, there are a variety of methods available and we can find the best suited method according to the nature of our topic or according to the depth of our topic. The very first method which I am going to take today is inductive method. It is a very common and one of the most used methods of writing, either creating a paragraph or some report or any document. The basic thing is to understand how to arrange our statements. So, the peculiarity of inductive method is that the author moves from different particular statements to reach at general statement. Means the paragraph starts with referring to various similar and features of different occasions, different event, different things or different aspect of the same thing, and then writer reaches at a final conclusion and that conclusion contains the statement of the topic. We can say that the arrangement of the sentences is from particular statements to general statement. If we say it in a simpler way, we understand that in the beginning of the paragraph, the author gives the details, okay, certain examples and various arguments, illustrations means examples, which finally lead to the conclusion. So, the reader along with the writer reaches at the conclusion. To put it more simple, this paragraph begins with certain information and concludes with topic sentence. So, the very most common identification of inductive method is that topic sentence comes at the end of the paragraph. Okay. So, if topic sentence you find at the end of the paragraph, that paragraph is developed in the inductive method. Okay. I am going to show you a small example, a very brief example, how to arrange the statements in inductive method. You find a situation here. When Rajesh fell sick just before his examination, Ram helped and supported him in preparing for his exam, and Rajesh passed his examination successfully. It proves that a friend in need is a friend indeed. So, the earlier statements present before us a situation and the logical conclusion is arrived at the end that a friend in need is a friend indeed. So, this type of paragraph is arranged in inductive method. Next method is deductive method, and it is the most popular method used by writers because topic sentence is the first sentence in the paragraph, means paragraph starts with the statement of topic sentence and the remaining sentences, the subsequent sentences are given in support to that topic sentence. So, it is the reversal of the logical argument or the arrangement of the inductive method. It is just opposite to the inductive method where topic sentence comes at the end. Here topic sentence starts the paragraph. So, this is a very obvious difference between inductive and deductive method. Here, the conclusion is reached by reasoning from general laws to particular cases. Means we just have one general statement in front of us, and with the help of particular cases or examples or logical arguments, the conclusion is reached at as the supporting of the main topic sentence. Okay. So, the author tries to deduce the meaning of the given statement in the beginning and his conclusion logically by particular to specific subordinate statements proves that given statement in the beginning of the paragraph, right. The same paragraph we can arrange in deductive method. It starts with the statement that a friend in need is a friend indeed. When Rajesh fell sick just before his examination, Ram helped him, supported him in preparing for his examination, and Rajesh passed successfully. So, Ram helped his friend when he was in trouble. So, this statement given as a topic sentence in the beginning is proven with the help of this example of the friendship of Rajesh and Ram. So, this is the deductive ordering of paragraph writing. We can find a very obvious difference between these two methods, and it is a very common type understanding a student or a writer should have. So, I have given the direct comparison between inductive and deductive method. The very first point is that inductive method starts with particular statements, different examples, and ends with generalization. Whereas, deductive method begins with general statement and it moves to particular facts or statements. So, the arrangement is from general to particular here, and in inductive method it is from particular statements to general. So, the related next point is that topic sentence comes at the end in inductive method and topic sentence starts the paragraph or certain piece of writing in deductive method. The reason is that in inductive method, the reader reaches at the final conclusion as a logical outcome of the discussion along with the writer. Means the writer and the reader reach at the final outcome as a general statement of an understanding together. In deductive method, the statement is given in the beginning as the topic sentence and reader examines the given idea with the help of the subsequent statements and arguments and examples given by the writer. So, these are the main points of difference between inductive and deductive method. Coming to other methods like chronological method or time ordering. It is a natural order of narration. Whenever it comes to narrate some incident, you and the writers generally follow this chronological method or time order. So, it is a natural order of narration in which one event leads to the next or another. So, this method is used to document time of an action. Means whenever you are writing on certain topic or certain point where time is important, time element is important. So, we can take that time element as a reference point and we can arrange the statements and the information in the chronological method, step by step even, or the step of an instruction are also written in chronological method, because what you have to do after doing something, that is only a time order. Okay. For example, the document of emergency medical service provided by an emergency medical technician chronologically. So, I have given this example. You can find that this detail of what is done by emergency medical technicians is reported from with the point of time, like at 1:15 p.m. he arrived and 1:17 the stabilizing the patient, and then 1:20 the patient was given artificial respiration, 1:35 ambulance arrived. So, this is the arrangement in the time order, chronological order. Chronology means time sequence. Next is linear method. Linear means consisting of lines or one straight line, one dimensional. Okay. So, here each sentence leads to the next logically and it maintains a forward movement. We start from one point of state and then we logically move forward, giving the next statement, and the things are connected linear in the linear pattern, in the linear logic. Okay, there is a logical sequence followed by sentences of a paragraph, means next sentence logically connects with the previous sentence in a natural manner. Okay, so it can also consist of outlines, it can also consist of numbering, points, bulleting. We can write one after the other in a logical manner, and that development is forward movement. Okay, this method is used when different facts of different categories are to be presented in a systematic manner. It is a very one-dimensional manner, systematic manner, where we present various features or various aspects of some thing which fall in different categories. So, we just keep on maintaining, telling next thing one after the other. Okay. A statement is made supported by examples, and the reasons are given leading to a conclusion. Okay. If, for example, if we are discussing some the cause of certain problem or the effect and the state of that problem. So, this cause and effect relation is discussed in the linear method. For example, here I have taken the example of pollution. Okay. So, this is a major problem today. Pollution is a major problem. So, here we are discussing this problem in a linear method. First of all, describing what is pollution. So, pollution is the mixing of some harmful or poisonous material into the natural resources available on the earth. Environmental pollution is a condition when the natural cycle of our environment gets disturbed and harms us. It affects the ordinary living of the living things on this planet, and by disturbing the natural life cycle and so on. So, this is how the problem of pollution is discussed in a pattern of cause and effect or a linear pattern. Next is spatial method. It is also a very interesting method to describe something, how it appears. So, it is related to the space or the distance or the in front of the writer. How does it look? Okay. So, here spatial means related to space, position, right. So, if a technical writer has to describe the parts of a machine or a plot of a ground, okay, he would like to organize the text in the order of space or place, means how does it appear from right to left, from left to right, upside down. Okay. So, the writer will describe what he sees. So, it is a kind of visual description, means how a thing appears in space. Okay. So, the writer will describe what he sees as it appears in space, okay, left to right, top to bottom, inside to outside, or clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay. If you have to describe the structure of a building, or you have to describe the arrangement of things in your closet, you will use this spatial method. And this method helps the reader to visualize what the writer sees, means along with the writer, the reader is able to visualize the things with the help of this spatial method writing. Okay. And therefore, it is better to understand the physical qualities of the subject matter, means here you pay attention to the physical quality, the visuals, what you can see with the help of your sense of sight. Okay. So, spatial order is a logical division of the subject based on how they are arranged in order of space or place. So, spatial is related to how things or object or some arrangement appears, right. For example, you can take example of the description of some machine or whatever, when you find that you are actually seeing the thing along with the writer. Next is expository method. Expository writing relates to exposing something or putting forth something for the first time. So, this writing or this method seeks to explain, illuminate, or to expose. Expose means to put something in front of you, to reveal something in front of you. Okay. Certain writings like essays, newspaper and magazine articles, sometimes instruction manuals or some product details, textbooks, encyclopedia articles and other form of writing relate to this expository method so long as they seek to explain, because things are being explained, put forth for the first time supposedly in front of the reader. So, minute details are given in a logical manner. So, here the writer helps the reader to understand the things by using linking words like first, second, then and finally. Means he helps the reader to understand something for the first time, okay, to follow that idea. Okay. So, in this type of method of writing, the emphasis is placed on definition, explanation and comments rather than an example. Means some thesis, some principle, some concept is explained with the help of expository method. Okay. And we can find similarity of this method with the deductive method also, because deductive method also we give some statement topic in the beginning, and then the subsequent statements are related to explain and deduce the meaning of that statement. So, that is somehow similar to deductive method, right. For example, here the situation is taken that going to college can be expensive. Okay. So, this is the feature of deductive method, and here it is maintained as an exposition of certain information why going to college can be expensive. Because first, college tuition and room and board can cost anywhere from $2,000 to more than $10,000 any semester. So, you find that these are the details of lodging, boarding, academic expenses and other expenses related to stationery and transport. So, finally, you can find many types of fees added to the registration form. So, these are the details why going to college can be expensive. So, this exposes the situation of going to college, right. Next is interrupted method. These methods are detailed in the syllabus of soft skill 2 to be understood by the students. That interrupted method, although this method is not taken as a technical method of writing or method for technical writing, but to create an effect, startling effect, this interrupted method can be used by writer whenever the writer gives a break to the line of thought and gives a turn to the idea. It is a sort of U-turn. Okay. Writer continues on one line of thought and then takes a turn suddenly to produce the desired forceful effect. Okay. So, to startle the reader and to shake the fixed line of thought of a reader, this interrupted method can be used. There can be some startling opposite statement, and this connective, however, is commonly used device to begin the interruption. Means you start the interruption, you start taking the U-turn by using this term or this connective, however. Okay. Sometimes writer can use some question, ask some question, or make some rhetoric interrogative. Rhetoric means the purpose of asking that question is not to get the answer, but just to shake the fixed and rigid and you can say complacent line of thought of the reader. So, this interrupted method is used to attract the reader's attention towards a striking revelation. Okay. Next method is comparison method. Although it is not listed in our syllabus, but we should understand that this may be taken as a very efficient method to show similarity or to bring out the contrast between two similar looking objects or ideas. So, comparison shows similarities while a contrast shows difference. The main reason for using this method is to explain an unfamiliar object or an idea, okay, by comparing or contrasting it to a familiar object or idea. So, this comparison method can be used by the writers for technical writing, for effective writing, to bring out the difference and the similarity of an familiar object with an unfamiliar object. Okay. So, this contrast method can be used in many ways. The writer may develop the paragraph or the essay by first discussing all about one subject and then fully presenting the second subject. So, here the comparison and contrast is left over to the to the imagination of the heightened imagination of the reader himself. Okay, every reader in his or her capacity can find the contrast or comparison, or the other way is to present all the way that the subject are alike. Means first the writer talks about the similarity of two objects and ideas, and then altogether discusses all the way the subjects are different, means the dissimilarity of the two ideas. As I have discussed the difference between inductive and deductive method. So, here I have discussed both the concepts differently, individually, isolated manner, and then I have put both the methods side by side to bring out the contrast. So, that can be a comparison method. Okay, that's it. To sum up this lecture, I would like to suggest that the suitability of the method depends upon the type and the nature of the subject matter. Okay, no method is complete in itself. Generally, we use deductive method or to explain certain things. If the time element is important, we can take chronological method. If we are introducing something new, a new concept for the purpose of teaching, or for the purpose that the our reader is going to learn something new, we can use linear method, we can use expository method. Okay, if we want to bring out the striking contrast of two things, familiar with unfamiliar, we can use comparison method. So, it depends upon the suitability of the method with the compatibility of our subject matter, that which method will suit which topic or which content. Okay, and these methods apply not only to paragraph writing, because paragraphs are only the one writing unit of a longer document. So, these methods apply to creating longer documents also, like reports, proposals, articles. Reports can be arranged in inductive or deductive methods. Okay, proposals can be arranged in inductive or deductive method. Okay, so user manuals can be given in linear method. Okay, some reports can also be given in chronological method. So, this depends upon the suitability or match between the nature of the topic and the power or the mechanism of one particular method of writing. That's it. With this, I end this lecture. Thank you. Jai Hind.